So I would like to park here. I'm already nearing the CarCar City Central. There's another ancestral home there, but this is the police station, which I think the cars will be safer if you park here. There's the CarCar Museum. I'm here right now in CarCar City, one of my favorite city here in Cebu City. In Cebu, sorry. One of my favorite city here in Cebu. And as you can see, we are now in the vicinity of their patron Saint Catherine of Alexandria. So you can see here, St. Catherine's College, and around in this area, that's the CarCar Museum. It's closed as of the moment, but I was told that it's actually open, but the caretaker is just having her lunch. So this is what you can see around here is the old Spanish building, that one that has now become the CarCar Museum, and they added this modern structure of the St. Catherine College, and this is the Church of St. Catherine, the patron saint of CarCar City, in which around ano sa akin pista diri December to December 24-25. November 24-25. Mo ni pistas CarCar, no? Oh, that's the fiesta of CarCar, November 24-25. Kabkaban Festival. Kabkaban Festival is what they celebrate during their fiesta. And what that edifice that you're looking on the side is a convent. And so the church is open. You can actually go inside. I have noticed that they're not wearing shield as required by like us in Cebu. Wala gi mo shield. Wala gi mo shield. Kana bang dili kapoy na kayo kanang panington ta ba lugos ta ka ginawa. Pero dili mo pugson. Dili lang. Kasi Cebu kay pigson man. Di ani okay man nani guti kay magdublin man. Di ka kagonta mag-shield ka. Init kayo. She was saying that they're not enforced so much here with shield, but just the mask. Okay. Pwede na mo sud, ma'am? Sige. Okay, I'll just go inside. Tagpilay mong kuan? Ha? Igbalik na lang. Asaan dagkutan dapit? Unahan ra? So I'll just go inside. Mao ba? Ang inyong kuan? Inyong kayo. Sa Domingo, Sabado, daghan ko sa puso. Pero karon binta ha nasa ni mamalit gamay ra so mao ba so that's what she's saying. It's really kanang pandemic lagi ni humingaw ra gyud. So she was telling me that she was selling all these candles, but during the pandemic it's really hard because people so the government, the authority has been helping them, and it's really hard because people don't want to go out to church, even though how religious are Filipinos, but they are not going out to church because of they're scared. Diba? So this is the old church of St. Catherine de Alexandria. And look at the paintings on the top. So you can see the old sculpture there on the walls of the 13th station of the cross. So there's a lot of obvious modernization of the structure, but a lot of the statues here and sculpture are still dating back to the Spanish times. A funeral coming in. They usually take it to church for the final blessing before going to the cemetery. So I gotta get out now because there's a lot of people coming in, because even though I have been roaming around, I'm also as much as possible I could practice social distancing now that there's a rise of case again of this pandemic, especially in Cebu City. That's why I like going out in the provinces, because they are more there's not a lot of cases around here than what we have in Cebu City. So this is now the new area where you have to light a candle and say your prayers for Saint Catherine of Alexandria. And beside me here right now is Miss Bergie. Miss Bergie is a candle seller here in the Church of CarCar. So dugay na kananinda og kuan?
Oh, dugay na ko.
How long you been selling?
Akong mama kay namatay naman kong mama.
So you
Ninda di kanila.
So she grew up that watching her mother selling candles here in the church. Ikay ni Puli niya.
Oh, ako ni pulis kong mama.
So she is replacing her in her place here in CarCar. Asam sa kamumpra na, Burge?
Di angkat lang ko. Kanay katumba ni Agi.
So there's a woman that's making candles around here. So dugay na jud kaayo. Pag kami niya, when you were married, nagninda na kag.
Ko sa una maninda kay na.
So before she even get married, she's already
ako sugat mga singkat.
Mga
eskwela ba?
Eskwela. And she got her own like suki, means like they're regular customers who's churchgoers and buying candles from her. But right now her problem is the pandemic ron. And then hinay jud ay. So sometimes Saturday, Sunday, that's when they
Sabado o Domingo kusog sa.
So that's where the sales are up, Saturday, Sunday, but during Monday to Friday there's none. During the pandemic when the church are closed, wala ka.
Naasab ko na ako sa mua. Pero nihatag man si Duterte.
So that was the help of the government during the pandemic. Like they were given, rice and sardines, and you got 2 children, no? So that was helping her and her children survive during the pandemic when the church was closed. So unsa kang oras sa mag-start? What time?
Buntag o say udto.
So some morning.
Okay, magsugod namang misa.
So they have to timing where is the mass. Because if you are not here during the mass, then nobody is coming here. Only those people that have like devotion for prayers. So not a lot is buying, because pila mo kabuk naninda diri og.
Daghan dito.
So there's so many here.
Na taga Bukid, na taga CarCar.
So there's so many of them here selling all these candles for a living. But her, that's what she. Mura na yung gibuhi sa mong anak.
Mura na gibuhi na ko.
So
ako rin ang kamot makapalit og bugas.
So this is what she's doing.
Kanang sa mga tao. Makadapat sa pagbugasan. Tungod sa kuan.
So this is what she's doing to feed her children. And so there's a lot of charities as well that's helping them around here. So ang pandemic ni affect yun sa inyong kuan, kasi when the church was closed katong katubang kuan ba, di ba, di close man tong mga simbahan pag primero gyud.
Wala mi katinda ti. Di mi katinda.
So during the start of the pandemic when the church was closed, all of them was struggling, the one that's selling the candles. But kano saan nag-open gayang simbahan diri? Mas una man no. Mas una man mo.
Oh, sa kay bote.
Because the church here was the first one to open on the provinces than in the city. But pero karon okay na ang iyong pangita.
Okay naman te.
Okay ra. So now they're back to their normal where earnings at kuan ga kanang pila sa imong makita sa adlaw.
Sa kaadlaw. Kanang mahalinan ko te kaping gatos, 300, 200.
So her earnings like 100, 200, 300 a day. Kung kana itong pista, kusog mo yun na.
Pista. Sa kay bote te. Abog mami ato.
But during fiesta that they are this the same because they are told to go off farther.
Kuan kay nabang man ni mayor tagamig bugas.
So the mayor is telling them to go off, like only a few is allowed here, but they are so that's where they bought that woman is the maker of candles. Yeah, kuan. Best thing around here because there's loads of charities around here in CarCar, and people like her is being helped with food. They keep on giving goods and service and clothes to them. That's why how she survived. She has 2 children of 2 different boyfriends, and she was able to feed them, although she has not been to school herself, but she was able to let them go to school, which is quite honorable for this lady here. So continuing on to my tour around here, I just been in the church, and this is their grounds. That's the convent, and that's the museum. So that's the CarCar City legislative building there, and I'm gonna have to go around the famous CarCar Rotunda, and they told me that the old market where the lechons are displayed have now been transferred to the new market, so that will be worth driving there for. But I'll just have a walk around in the rotunda, in which you will be seeing also the old ancestral homes of here in CarCar. You still see there the 1905 building, Upland Elementary School. So that's the old building, Upland Elementary School, and the safest way to park is around here near the police station. And then I'll just walk down to the central of Poblacion CarCar. So they have another statue here of Jose Rizal. And there's the famous Ancestral National Heritage there. The Mercado Ancestral Homes that is already declared as a national heritage here in CarCar City. That's the Mercado Ancestral Home. And right here is another ancestral home. You can see by the facade of the building that it's an old Spanish building. This is what they call the Mercado Mansion. It's very prominent. This is now claimed Heritage House. OMG. I was just on the side, but you know, another one here is another Spanish old building. CarCar is a very busy city. All the big trucks going through. All the big old ancestral homes. Another one there. That's another old ancestral building up there. And we'll continue on. So this man is doing his motorbike on the pathway. Awkward sod. So now you can see the famous roundabout here in CarCar, and that way, if you go on the right, that will be taking you to Barili, Ronda, Dumanhog, and you go straight on, that will be on Argao, Sibunga, the east side of the land. Wala na yung Mercado diha, dong? Wala na yung Mercado diha? Gibalhin na? Asa na pita? Ano na Luyo City Hall? Ah, sige. So there's no more market that you can see there before. They are now on the back of City Hall. But you still can see the Chicharron vendors around here on the side of the road. Let me just cross over. So they're still here, a few of them. But I think they're concentrating now on the new City Hall. So it makes sense. Oh, there they are. Asa na di ang Mercado?
Ma'am, gibalhin dito ma'am sa City Hall na mo.
Arita mo agi diri sa Bagundan.
Pwede na ang dili.
Asa tagi?
Teka na mo service.
Before
Ako pwede na tuyok mo.
Tuyok na dito.
Sige, dan halaw kayong lang.
Long.
Sa dali na lang.
May pwede rin na lang.
Na ako na ka ba? At bang metro?
Oo.
Ana
Ano
agi.
yung City Hall, makita niyo ba?
Ah.
Tapat diha.
Okay, they are still here. The famous. Oh, nindot na dito, no? Ano ba? The chicharrons and the little delicacies of CarCar. So these are the CarCar delicacies. Chicharron, the two kinds. These are the pop ones, you know, like skin, and then this one with what's this? Like a flesh with it. So there's two kinds, that one and then that one that's pops, just pop skin. Spicy and non-spicy.
Ay, spicy wa?
So the chicharron now is 700 per kilo. There you go. That's the famous CarCar City roundabout. And that used to be the market. It's now empty. I'm gonna have to visit the new market. They said is behind City Hall. And this is what you can see around here in CarCar, because it's really clogged up here with the market as well. I understand why the government around here have decided to transfer it. So I bought myself 1/4 kilo of chicharron, because some of my little puppies really like them. So going back to where I park now, I'm gonna have to go and see this new market of CarCar. Ay lang dong. I'm walking back to my parking area near the police station, and I'll start heading back home now. I'll just stop by whichever interesting sights that we'll see on the way. So this is the Mercado Ancestral home. They paint it in this bright look. Mercado Mansion declared a heritage house by the National Historical Institute. So there's an appliance center inside. All the old appliance, Singer old kind of machine. I may ask how much is their machines. Tanaw ko dong ha. Brand new na siya, Gyat?
Oo.
These are brand 39,850. The industrial sewing machine. Kaning sikad-sikad ga, bago sa niga. Pila niga? 12,600. Cash na na? O cash? Di ba hangyo? Oh. Mao, spin away og di mo hangyo. So that's like 12,600 for this old-fashioned sewing machine. Singer. But the industrial one, the electrical industrial one, is 39,850. Down payment is 10,500. Monthly is for 12 months 4,200, 6 months 6,600, 4,200, 4 months until 3 months. Same model, I think. Parehara ni silang model dudong. All and different models. Diba, these are the appliance center. Napad yung Singer nga, kanang portable lang, no? Ang locker. Tagpilang locker. O sige nga, na edger. Pilaga?
Pila ito ni
Aging machine, sir.
Portable, tax, 20 kilos.
22,000. Heavy duty. So it range. Because I was asking for the edging machine. That heavy duty portable one is 22.
Kapit sa 68 mil na katong
Dagko kayo.
piping.
Oh. Special machine man yun ng piping, sir. Special machine.
Parang putak yan. Wala lang display kay so dahilon.
Lagi. So, I'm just asking about the sewing machine because they're carrying those portable Singer sewing machine in which I'm not seeing much of them in the city. It's only Singer around here. This one, that's 21,995. So they are the authorized distributor of Singer sewing machine. Then all this, because you know another hobby of mine is sewing. So all my curtains in my house, line and very tall 13-foot high windows, I just sew it myself. Before I had my channel, of course, because that will be like my stress reliever. Sit down on my sewing machine. Nindot eh. Salamat, sir. So continuing on, I have to go back. So that is now the Mercado Mansion Ancestral home. It's been commercialized underneath. So I gotta cross. Come on. Another ancestral home there, but it's in a very poor state. Right there on the side. So you can see all these big Spanish houses during the Spanish times. Particularly their big veranda, so they can overlook the whole place. Their hacienda. Looks like the CarCar City College Heritage Building. Very old ancestral building.